Yo guys, what's going on? Got a red-yellow hybrid slash Silphymon kind of turbo deck profile for you guys. It's a fun deck I've been messing around with a bunch. It's basically, like as the name suggests, you're just turboing into Silphymon red-yellow level 4s here, and then going into your boss monster to control the board and push for a game with your hybrids. And of course, you also have access to a lot of really good removal cards, such as Crimson Blaze as well as Wyvern's Breath. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, this is a red base, so I am just playing 4 copies of Guillemot. This card says if this Digimon is 6,000 or more DP, you get to just trigger draw 1. So this usually you need to like Jogress or like DNA Digivolve into Silphy before you can actually trigger this, but you're mainly just using this for the source. The fact that it's red allows you to have access to Crimson Blaze, and also playing red rookies as well, so just being able to draw off of that is nice as well. So like I said, red rookies here, so of course, first of all, 4 copies of Guillemot. I think this guy is a staple in a lot of more slower-paced control decks. We saw this played in Christmas, although that wasn't a slow control deck. I think my point is, like, when you are mixing colors and you want a red base, I think this is a very good rookie to have. Just being able to Digivolve this and then come out and swing, add a card to your hand, or like draw a card and then hit a security out of your opponent's security stack is really nice. So that is why I'm playing 4 copies of Guillemot, and then 4 copies of your Searcher Hawkmon. So this guy says reveal on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck and add a 2-colored yellow Digimon amongst those. So this searches a pretty large chunk of your deck, including Silphymon herself, which is really nice. And then of course it is like I said, just at worst you can just Digivolve it on top of your egg there. Now keep in mind, since this is a red base, I know people are already gonna ask me, like, where's Rapidmon in this deck? Rapidmon is not being played in this deck. Like I said, this is more a Silphymon turbo focused deck, hence why I'm not playing the Rapidmon. If you want to play Rapidmon, I would just suggest playing like pure yellow hybrid, the kind of deck that's going around in the meta right now. But as this is a red base, I'm not playing Rapid. So anyways, that is going to do it for the level 3s. Now for the level 4s, got quite the spread here. So of course, first of all, 4 of each of your hybrids, 4 copies of Zephyrmon, as well as 4 copies of Kazemon. So these guys, of course, just being able to push for damage. Hybrids are still really good. You still can't really interact with Tamers that much unless you're going up against Black or Greymon, or maybe Shivamon if they're playing the option card. But anyways, these guys are just good, of course, because they're your hybrids as well as your yellow champion, so you are going to be DNA Digivolving with these. Now, as far as your red level 4s, I am playing 4 copies of Guillemot. So this is your Stingmon of the deck. It says if you got a yellow Digimon in play, you can reduce the cost by 1, the play cost by 1, effectively making a 3 cost. So a lot of times, if you've got like a hybrid out on field, you can just play this, starting your memory 3, and then Digivolve them into Silphymon. And then, of course, the really crazy inherited effect of if you've got a yellow Digimon in play, you can just delete something on your opponent's side of the field with 5k or lower. So this kills like every rookie. It kills Lydramons. It kills a pretty decent amount of champion Stingmons, XVs as well. So that's just a really crazy effect. It's also not once per turn, and in this deck you can see you can trigger it twice. So that's really insane. And then for the lastly, the other champions is just 2 copies of Dinohumon. This is mainly just because sometimes you find yourself wanting more red Digimon. So in the case of if you've got like a bad hand, you can like Digivolve a rookie on your egg, Digivolve this, and then bring this out, hard play in Guillemot, and then go into your Silphymon still. So I do think it's a pretty overall solid card, but since this is more of like a hybrid focused version of this deck, not a traditional evolution deck, I'm only playing 2 copies since you don't really want to see it that much, versus this where you can just hard play it. But anyways, that is going to do it for the level 4 lineup. Of course, for the level 5 lineup, you're playing what I would say is your boss monster of the deck, 4 copies of Silphymon. So DNA Digivolve a 0 from red level 4 plus yellow level 4, and then when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 for the turn. Then if you've if you DNA Digivolved her, you get to then delete something with 5k or lower. So you can actually just Digivolve this straight up. If you've, like I said, if you are missing pieces and you just evolve like a Zephyrmon, you can just evolve this for 4 and blow something up with 5k or lower. So again, this is really good against So Armor Rush decks, just really good spot removal, and then being able to blow up 2 things is really crazy, or like 1 big thing. Like let's say your opponent's got like a Magnamon on the field, you can like minus at 5k and then kill it since it's 5k or lower, or like minus 5k on like a suspended like Imperial or something, swing over it. So there's just a lot of really good plays you can do. And then of course the inherited effect again on this card is just absolutely crazy. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or lower when attacking. So that is just crazy. If you pair this with a Guillemot, you're killing 2 things with 5000 or lower. So the board control in this deck is just really crazy. So that's it for your kind of main focused level 5, and then I'm also just still playing 2 copies of Jet Silphymon. This might seem weird. This is still a yellow hybrid-ish deck. I still think having this option is really nice, just being able to evolve for 1 and recover if you need to, but for the most part, I didn't want it to be too bricky and play like 4-4, so I'm just playing 4-2 since this is the main focus of the deck, but you can still do some really cheesy plays with the Silphymon, so, with the Jet Silphymon, rather. So that's it for the level 5s. For level 6s, playing 2 copies of Yellow Wargreymon. So the reason why this card is so crazy, of course, being able to swing twice, minus something by 6,000, but then when you pair it with all the other cards you've got in play, if you got like Sylphy plus a Guillemot, like if you've DNA Digivolved for 0, and then you're starting your turn with 3, and then you can go into Wargrey, you can like swing, add a card from your security to your hand, unsuspend, minus 6,000 on something, delete something with 5k, delete something with 5k, and then swing again, delete 2 more things with 5k. So it's just an absolute like crazy amount of board control. The fact that you can like stack this, like if your opponent's got like an 11k dude, you can like minus 6 and then kill it with the one of the inheriteds, or you can just spread this around. Being able to kill like armors multiple times is really good as well. So Wargreymon, just an absolutely crazy card, especially to just put pressure on your opponent. And then lastly, for the Digimon, just 1 copy of Susanomon to round off the monster count. Okay, so then for the Tamers option cards, of course, playing the standard kind of lineup, we're playing 4 copies of TK, 4 copies of Cody, as well as 4 copies of Zoe. So, of course, TK for the consistency, for the memory setter. Cody is like absolutely the craziest new yellow tamer, being able to just immediately gain 1. Like, you don't have to wait for like a TK Kari or like a regular, like a 3-cost Kari or anything, like for your security to be a certain number. You just like proc this as soon as you've got a yellow Digimon in play, so this is really cool. And then, of course, being able to swing with a Silphymon and then suspend stuff and then minus 2,000 again is just crazy. Of course, Zoe's really good because you get to search through your security stack again, so you're effectively playing like 8 TKs kind of, but this specifically just searches for the hybrid lineup. But of course, just all of these tamers are really good in their own right. So that's it for the tamer lineups. No TK card in this deck. Don't really think it's necessary. And then for the option cards, playing the broken one of Reinforcing Memory Boost. Of course, this card is still really broken, being able to simultaneously recover and stack your security. And then, of course, the whole reason to play a red base is 4 copies of Crimson Blaze and then 2 copies of Wyvern Breath. Crimson Blaze just still absolutely crazy against both Mastamon and Imperial. Being able to freeze them from like playing things via card effects is really important, but then of course just wiping their board, punishing them for having a wide board. So like I said, the board removal you have between Silphymon, between Wargreymon, Susano, Crimson Blaze plus Wyverns is just absolutely crazy. And then of course, like I said, Wyvern's Breath is still good as far as like removal options go. This stops Pyledramons, this stops the X antibody decks, maybe the occasional Jessmon or Red hybrid. So I still think you just need like big removal cards. You could also play Gaia Force as well, but I think the DP reduction is like generally just better. These effectively do the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe if Imperial Dramon Paladin mode gets popular enough, this card doesn't like do anything against that. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the deck list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below of this red-yellow hybrid slash Silphymon turbo deck. I'm a big fan of Silphymon and the DP reduction mechanic, and combining my 2 favorite colors is a deck in this deck is something I've been having a lot of fun with. So anyways, guys, that's going to do for this one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.